Hi, so first and foremost, I want to wish you guys all a very happy new year, and may this year bring a lot of prosperity to you and your family and loved ones, right? This is going to be a short video in which I'm going to showcase one of the things I've been working on in this Christmas holiday. And before I continue, I'm going to showcase the problem which I was facing, and then I'm going to provide a solution. And it seems seems it's working, though there are some pending tasks for this one, which I will discuss towards the end. So what was the problem? The first and foremost problem which I always had with my trading setup is getting all these notifications and alerts about some price movement, right? And I am pretty sure that even you use your own alert systems in order to notify you when a particular price action has happened, when say a particular stock has gone below a particular level, or when a particular breakout has happened, right? So this is what I also used some of the tools which were there in my exposure. And definitely one of the biggest alerting system which I use is from investing.com, and the other alerting systems which I do use, they are either from my broker, so they have their own alerting system, so I used to use them. Now they came with a few restrictions, and let's discuss few of them, and let's also to see how this was creating a nuisance for me for some time now, and especially when there are some huge price movements which happen on an intraday basis. Many a times those triggers that didn't get triggered at the right time, right? So a very recent example was that in terms of whenever you see a very nice dip like this, which happens only for a few minutes, and then eventually, or even upshoot like this, where many a times the alerting system, they are not able to provide the information. So this was the first problem. The second problem which I have is in a few of the brokers, just say for example Upstocks, they have a limitation on the number of triggers you can have enabled at any point of time. So I think the right now the limit is set to 50. So this is also the second restriction which I had, in which I wanted to have a lot many more number of alerts for different stocks, because right now we have near about 18 huge near about 200 number of stocks in FNO section, and as a result of which at least you need 200 cross 2, that's 400 alerts just to be just to get notified about some interesting price action. And also on the top of that, another problem which I faced was there was always this concept of whenever you are putting an alert, say for example here, if I'm putting an alert on say HDFC Bank, if it moves, right, if it moves below or it moves above, and this sort of logic was something which was very eluding, and I was never convinced about this logic, because say for example right now HDFC Bank is trading at 1479, and for me definitely a 1500 would be a interesting number, right? So I want to have a track when it moves above 1500. Say for example here I put 1500, and what was more important for me, and here you can see I'm just going to create an alert, so it will notify me when it will go above 1500. But what happens if it doesn't touch 1500 but it goes towards 1499 and then it reverses? Now these are very good trading opportunities, because from an option front and from a generic resistance point of view, you always do know that these are very interesting points where a stock can definitely reverse. So many a times it would have happened that I've put an alert of say 1500 but it didn't get triggered. Then after 4-5 days or on the weekend when I'm doing the analysis, I saw it went towards 1495 and then it reversed, and right now it's trading at 1400, right? So these are very common trading opportunities which I was missing out, just because the alert system, it only works on explicit numbers, and they don't consider a particular range or a particular band. Say for example whenever a stock moves say like like in HDFC Bank, if we are seeing, so you can see this is more of a resistance, but definitely it's not a very hard-coded number. Rather, there is a very whenever it enters this particular narrow range, say for here, it enters the narrow range multiple times, first, second, third, fourth, so basically it's not a single number, but it's actually a range. And this is the concept which is missing in all the alerting systems which I have used in the past, or which I know of. And this was also one of the main reasons for me getting not alerts and the right time. So just for example, in HDFC, and this was exactly the reason which actually pissed me off, that I was like, no, I have to come up with a solution, is something like here. So here you can see multiple times it came towards the levels of 1411, but this time it made a low of 1414, right? As a result of which my trigger at 1410 didn't get triggered. So it was just a matter of 4 rupees, which is like 0.02% of the price difference, and as a result of which I missed out this particular wonderful trading opportunity where I would have been much more interested to add. So this was one particular reason that this was also one of the triggering points for me, because for me, if I want to have this is more like 1400 is a good reversal point. Now it can reverse from 1405, 1409, 1401 or 1420, say, for example, as a result of which I really don't care about this explicit number, but what I really care about is the range. And this concept was missing in all the trading alerts which I have come across, right? So I want to have an alert on this particular band, right, rather than having an explicit alert on a particular price. So this was the another thing. Another problem which I faced is whenever there are these alerts which you are adding, so they are very much dependent on the system. Say for example, I'm using say for example Upstocks, say for example, and it might very well be that the alerting system is down, or it might very well happen that I'm using Zerodha and the whole Zerodha system is down, but eventually that particular price had come, and as a result of which, since the system was down, I didn't get the alert, and since I didn't get the alert, I never knew that this particular price came on that particular day. Right now, as a result of which, these are some of the opportunities which I would be missing out, and this has happened to me multiple times in the past, in which I have used the alerting system of the broker, and the broker not only it was unable to notify me at the runtime, but it also many a times it has happened that it just never triggered that alert. So there might be different reasons for that. So as a result of which, these were a few of the problems which I was facing in my alerting system. And another, just as a last option, and as which was actually also very confusing for me, is whenever we are saying about a particular level, say for example over here we have this, right? So over here it has come in this particular range, and then there was a breakout, and then there's again a breakdown, say for example, and this is exactly how stocks move. And especially what's more important is this breakout. So from here you can see that there was a breakout, and then it again came to retest this level, and then it went short up, right? Now many a times which happens is we get this information on this particular day that okay, there was a stock broke out, and then after 3-4 days it just keeps on lingering at those particular prices, and hence we totally forget about this alerting system. We don't totally forgot, because our triggering point was say for example here that when the stock price is more than 1530, notify me, and it did notify, and then it's gone, and then it's gone from the whole alerting system, right? So this was also something which was very not helpful for me, because what I wanted is not when it moves above or when it moves below, but rather I wanted to know when it came at that particular level. So it really doesn't matter whether it's coming from above or below, because based on a particular price, either I may be interested to do multiple stuff. Say for example over here, so I know this 1400 and 1380 to 1400 is a very good range. So over here, when the price came for me, my intention would be to add some more, but definitely I would like to wait and see if it's able to hold this levels, right? And similarly over here, when I'm putting an alert, my whole assumption is, okay, I know a breakout has happened, let me wait for the retest to come over here and try to retest this particular zone, and then I would be taking a decision on whether I would be taking part in this particular breakout. And similarly, there can be a false breakdown, just like over here there was a breakout and then there's a false breakdown over here, and these breakdowns are very interesting to trade. So for me, what's more important is not to understand if the price is above or below, but to understand that, okay, the price has entered into this zone, and then depending upon the particular situation of whether this is coming for a breakout retest or whether it's coming for a breakdown, so I would be taking my trading, right? So hope I was able to make you understand that what's more important is the alert. The only thing which is intrinsic value of the alert is for you to know that a particular price came, and then based on different trading setups and based on different requirements, you are the one who actually judges. And this is absolutely impossible with any of the alerting systems because they have this this option of putting an alert when the price moves above or it moves below. But if the price has moved above, the next alert which you want to be placed automatically is when it will again come to that price. So it should be like when the price moves below, and similarly again if it goes above, you want to have a similar alert, right? So for me, what's more important is not what what the price is doing, whether it's moving above a range or coming below a range. What's more important is the price is in this range, and this information is also something which, and I want this to be happening every time. So it might happen that there are multiple times. Here you can see it entered the zone, and so I should get an alert, okay, I'm in this zone, and then when it goes below, it's okay, again it comes, I am again in this zone, and then again it falls, then it's okay, then again I am in this zone. In this way I want to get this alert every day, sort of, and on a recurring basis, so that depending upon what happens next, right, so I would be more interested. Here again it falls, it's okay, but again it comes in this zone, I want to have an information. Again it comes over in this zone, I want to have this information, right? And when this moves past it, then definitely I would be more interested when it again comes over here for a retest. And if it doesn't, then theoretically these so just like over here, you can see there was a breakout and then it never came for the retest, as a result of which there was a good nice move you could have captured in your swing trade. Similarly, it came after this breakout over here, it again came for reconfirmation. So from here also, when you get a candle or something, a notification that okay, the price is over here, so then again you can start tracking, right? Whereas for all of these days, and these days you can see it's some 15-20 candles, which might be more than a month. So basically you are not interested in this tracking this zone because a breakout has happened. Now you want to see if a retest happens, and if a retest happens, then only you want to take a trade. Say for example, this is how you trade breakouts, right? So for me, such an alerting system was missing, and hence I thought of getting something up and running for me. So the solution which I have which I integrated is this particular NSE ticker. So here you can see, so this is basically a Twitter app, sort of a bot which actually does this for me, and I'm going to showcase how it does this automatically. So I've been trying out some of this price actions, and I am so today is 1st of January 2022. So basically the market is closed, it's a Saturday, but definitely what I'm able to do right now, and which I can showcase in this particular example, is we are just going to add a tweet, and we are going to see how this bot actually runs in the background, and then eventually what happens is, and all of this is happening, so there is a lot of database maintenance and every other stuff. This I have already ported on cloud, so hopefully those things won't be down. And what you can do is just in order to create an alert, so let's go ahead and create an alert then. So I'm going to log in my actual in my actual Twitter handle, and here, say for example, the way you can create an alert is very simple. You just have to have this particular tracker. So this is tick underscore tracker, and then you give a space, and then you give a hash, and then you can give the name of your particular script which you want to track. So right now I am supporting some 500 scripts from NSE. So basically there are 500 stocks which I am tracking right now, and theoretically it might very well be that given some demand, definitely I will try to extend it to 1,000, but since the data which I get on a real-time basis is more on these 500, and this was the reason why I wanted to start off with these, but definitely going forward, if there is if I see that there are some other stocks which I would be interested in, then definitely I would be adding more as and when the requirement comes in. So right now, so this is the way in which you can do is you can see over here at the rate tick tracker. So in this way you are actually asking the bot, and then you can give some sort of a value. Say for example, I am going to give ACC. Right, ACC is right now trading at 2215. So what's important level for me is definitely 2200 and say 2300, but definitely I want to see if ACC if it ever comes say at 2200, say for example. So I will just put the price which I am interested in, 2200. So this is just the format which you have to follow. So it's at the rate of tick underscore tracker space and then a hash. This is important for the bot to understand that you are talking about a script, and so then the name of the script, and this should be the same symbol which you use to trade in a stock exchange. So just give that a name, and then space, and then the price you are interested in. So right now ACC or right now the market is closed, but ACC was able to actually make this price in the last session. So this is another feature which is there, that it will also enable that every day you get information if the stock was able to match that particular price, so that you never forget about this particular stock, that okay, ACC was at 2200 in the last trading session. If you get this alert in the morning, right, so when you in the morning of the next day trading, and so then what will happen is it will help you in keeping this track in your radar, because if you have added this price, it means that you are very much interested either in buying it for the long term, or maybe you want to do some investment, or you want to do some swing trade, or it might very well be that you want to sell it. So you forgot it to yesterday to sell, say for example, at 2200, say for example, and so it will alert you that ACC was at 2200 in the last trading session, so that in this trading session you are going to keep track of ACC. So right now ACC at 2215, and we are putting an alert at 22000, and then you just have to tweet, and then in the background what should happen is you should be getting a notification, definitely saying that and this is most important, if you're not getting a notification from my Twitter app, which means that this particular alert has not yet been added. So normally Twitter should be very well be fast. So here, see, it just was within a minute. So this is basically the first alert which you will get. Okay boss, some sort of salutation. So alert added for ACC price 2200 from user, and this will be your user handle, right, and it will just keep a track of it. So once you get this, which means that this particular trigger alert has been added for your particular script for at this particular price, and then you can rest assured that whenever at any point at trading session when this particular range and zone, so right now this is more of a heuristic based approach which I have, but it's not like ACC has to come at 2200 exactly just for this to get triggered. So there is a plus minus 0.5% added, plus minus 0.5% of this particular price, which will act like the zone. So whenever ACC is going to come near this zone, you will get an alert, and this should happen at at real time. So just like here, it happened on real time as we saw. Similarly, say for example, I'm going to add an alert, say for, let's do another one, say Cholafin. So right, for example, so what you have to do is first tick underscore tracker, that's the handle, and then the name of the script. Just make sure that there are no spelling mistakes, because then you will definitely so for example, if you give Cholafin X and you give some random, say 900, so this is basically a wrong script name. So the app is quick enough to identify that this is one of the scripts which we are not tracking. And this is also true for some other scripts, just like as I mentioned, I only have some 500 scripts which I'm interested and which I'm tracking right now. So here you will get an alert that oops, I'm not tracking Cholafin X for now, so maybe in the future. So basically you will get a feedback immediately of whether this particular alert was added or not. And so in this way you can always be sure of that this particular alert was whether this particular alert was identified and was added into this Twitter app of mine, say NSE ticker. And then when it gets registered, it will automatically. So just for example, Cholafin, let's put 500 is a very good levels for Cholafin. So here this stock will try to give you an alert whenever the Cholafin comes near a range of 505. So right now it's trading at 520. So right now what will happen is you will just get an alert, that you will just get a notification from this Twitter app stating that you have just added an alert. But since here, so alert has been added for Cholafin at 500, so this is good. But in the last trading session, Cholafin went towards 510, so that was the low it made, and as a result of which you saw in SEC it gave you a notification that 2200 was triggered, just because SEC actually moved from below 2160 towards 2215. So as a result of which this got triggered in the last trading session, but in the last trading session for Cholafin this was not added. So hope this particular app is going to help me, and this is something which I'm very much excited to launch on this 1st of Jan 2022. Let's see how it goes. And going forward, definitely I'm going to try out the different sort of triggers and for different scripts. So basically all the FNO counters, they are all in over here, so you can just use them definitely. And other than FNO counters, there are also some list of other cash counter stocks, few of them, some 300. So in total I have some 500 stocks. Of them, say 200 comes from FNO and the rest 300 are normal stocks. So in general you can just, for example, say for example right now, say graphite is very important, and graphite and HEG both are working. So just use tick underscore tracker. And every tweet you can just you have to only create a single alert. So if you want to have and the reason for this is when we are actually replying to a particular tweet, right? When the app is trying to reply to a tweet, it has to make sure that every tweet has just one single tracker or one single alert. And so for now, say for example graphite, I want to make sure that 470 is a very interesting zone, and it has to be, say this was where the breakout came out, and so right now it's at 520 levels. So similarly, this is an alert which I wanted to create, that whenever a price of 470 comes in, just do notify. And eventually, so right now once you have just created the alert, you have to just wait for a few seconds, maybe a minute or two, depending upon how fast Twitter is able to process this information and give this information to your to my particular Twitter app. And then you can see alert has been added for graphite, so it's done. So you can just rest assured that whenever the price is going to come towards this range of 470, and it is true that it might happen that it come towards 470. Right now it's at 520, and then from there it falls to 450. It doesn't matter. Whenever again from 450 it will recover towards 470, you will get an alert. And hopefully this app is going to help you if you want. is going to help you in creating these alerts for your stocks, and hopefully this is going to be a good endeavor. So thanks a lot for listening. For future, the things which I'm still sort of open is, say 50% of this code is already running in cloud, and rest of the 50% is not. So I just want to make sure that all of this code is running fully in cloud, so it doesn't really depend on me to be in the terminal and to be the one who is actually triggering it. So of course, for now I want to just have the system up and running, just to do some more testing on this front. This is just a script which this app I just wrote in a matter of couple of days, and then a couple of days were on deploying that on the cloud. So right now I have something of a working system, so I hope that during market hours I have tested on last trading session on 31st of December, so it was working, and right now I did more fixes and added more features. So hopefully on 3rd of Jan, which would be the first trading session, all of these alerts would be live, and I would be waiting to see if I'm going to get some alerts. So just like I've added some alert for LTI at 7300, Coforge at 5900. So these are some of the alerts which I've added, and so you can understand Coforge was able to go above for 5900 in the last trading session. So hopefully this alert should also appear on 3rd, because this is a price which happened in the last trading session, so it might very well be that this price would be a very determining price for 3rd of Jan. Thanks a lot for listening. If you like this app, just do share this video with your friends, and maybe we would be able to reap the benefits of this alerting system. And going forward, maybe one of the restrictions, I want to keep it free definitely, and this is absolutely not a problem for me because I already have cloud subscriptions for my other projects, so this is all working. The only thing which might be possible, which might be hindering, is for hindrance would be the Twitter. So right now there are some limitations on the number of tweets that a particular handle can do, and this is a limitation of the Twitter app. I was talking with one of the Twitter developers over Christmas. He's a friend of mine, and he actually told me that it has nothing to do with subscription. So there's no concept of premium subscription where a user can tweet say 10,000 tweets every minute. So it's not possible. So they have a restriction. So these are a few of the things that I have to actually take care of, and hopefully if we are able to handle the load, if anyone else starts using it, definitely I would be using it. But if you guys also feel like, so it would be interesting to see of how this particular Twitter app is able to handle. From a database perspective, the database is all open, and I'm not storing any of the information from you guys. If you're using this particular app, the only information which I'm storing is the Twitter ID of your handle and the tweet number of this particular tweet whenever you are tweeting this. So this comes with a tweet ID, so this tweet, and so this is the one which I'm saving, and also I'm saving your handle because this is your Twitter user ID. So these are the two things which I'm saving, as a result of which there is no other information which is required. And going forward, one of the things which I would also like to make sure of is so that this doesn't get a lot of denial of services and being used in the wrong way. So maybe this would be I would just right now I have a logic of that you have to be following this particular app, because whenever an alert happens, it goes and checks of whether this particular user for which the alert was triggered, whether he is following me, and if that happens, then only it notifies it. And this is also very simple logic, because tomorrow going forward, maybe you are using the app but you think this is a total crap app and you want to deregister yourself. So a very simple way would be to unfollow this particular Twitter handle, and once you do that, then all the notifications from your side would be deleted and you would never be bugged again or spammed again from this particular Twitter app. So thanks a lot for listening. Hope this video was fun, and definitely it was fun for me to write this app over a couple of days. and there were a lot of new things which I had learned because of this from a technology perspective. So let's see, let's hope that in the first week of Jan I would be able to test it more rigorously, and then theoretically this might be something which might be help me in my trading career for years to come. And there was another problem whereby this app came in, is for this you really don't have to be in the because right now I had an alerting system which was sort of this, but for this I have to be on the terminal. So if I'm on the move, just like I was in the second week of December, the whole week I was on move. So when I'm not sitting in on my terminal, I had no idea of what all alerts were getting triggered. So in this way, at least with a Twitter running in my mobile phone, and with my this broker app in my mobile phone, at least I would be getting my triggers at the right time on real-time basis, and once I get them, then eventually I would be able to trade them. So this is also one of the advantages, that I really don't have to be on my terminal just to get all these notifications. So thanks a lot for listening, and as always, it was I look forward to your suggestions and your feedback. Feel free to report to me if you're using the system. It would be fun to see if how many users and how many of the people thought that this particular idea was of important. So and of course, if you like this video, share with in your Twitter, and definitely like and comment on this particular YouTube video. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy your day, and as always, may this year be a great year for you and your family. Bye bye.